When you have inconsistencies with any witness, it speaks volumes. When you pick people that are not credible, it speaks volumes.
Alina Habba would know. Trump picked her as his lawyer.
Would you rather be smart or pretty? And I said, oh, easy. Pretty. I can fake being smart.
But in the E. Jean Carroll lawsuit, she did not fake it very well.
You know, with Alina Habba handling discovery, that's not, something where I think anybody was really at the wheel.
And in the end, thanks largely to Habba's malfeasance, U.S. judge upholds Trump's $83.3 million defamation loss, rejects new trial.
And she lost, so she's a loser.
Habba is also now the butt of online jokes and is getting her insults turned against her.
When you pick people that are not credible, it speaks volumes.
She would know about backing people who are not credible. Yes, he picked Habba. Too bad she is not a capable lawyer. Alina Habba with some rare introspection. Weird talking about herself like that. And the talk on Fox's Hannity,
I can't believe what I've seen for the last 2 days in that courtroom,
could land Donald Trump in jail. Trump may have just violated his gag order with Alina Habba's stormy attacks. The gag order issued by Justice Merchan bars Donald Trump from making or directing others to make public statements about known or reasonably foreseeable witnesses concerning their potential participation in the investigation or in this criminal proceeding. It can be reasonably construed that Donald Trump directed Habba to attack the witness Stormy Daniels due to the fact that she was acting as an official mouthpiece for Donald Trump.
I was in the courtroom today. I was in the courtroom yesterday.
Habba attacked Daniels as not credible and accused Daniels and the prosecution of committing perjury.
They did not care. They went ahead and put salacious information that was frankly false. We know that from words that were said prior to this trial. And now we're sitting here scratching our heads wondering where taxpayer dollars are going.
Habba also portrayed herself as part of the defense team involved in questioning witnesses.
She's currently under oath, and we're going to continue cross-examining her on Thursday. What we saw today was a story that I've heard for a decade that is complete garbage.
Complete garbage. Well, maybe when attacking Stormy Daniels, Alina Habba was involved in what psychologists call projection. Habba's taking feelings of self-disgust and projecting them to Daniels. In any case, back to the gag order. In a previous appearance on Fox News, Alina Habba acknowledged that the prohibitions applied to her.
Because the gag order, I would have you remind the American people, is not just for the president. It was for the president and anybody in his control.
And in that same Fox News appearance, Habba veered away from answering some questions because of the gag order.
But then you have a judge who we've asked to recuse themselves for reasons that I can't speak to because of the gag order, as we know.
So clearly, Alina Habba is aware the gag order applies to her and that she is prohibited from disparaging court personnel, jurors, or witnesses. And yet Habba went on Fox News as a paid Trump spokesperson and attacked Stormy Daniels as not credible and insisted Daniels is a liar. Now, to be fair, Habba's gag order transgression could be considered in the gray area. Habba's technically not the trial attorney in this case, and the lines between legal representation and public relations have long been blurred. However, Judge Merchan, after finding Donald Trump in contempt of court for the 10th time on Monday, warned Trump that the judge could have to consider a jail sanction if Trump continued to violate the order. The judge said fines had been ineffective at preventing Trump's bad behavior. The question now is whether the Manhattan District Attorney will raise Alina Habba's behavior with the court. And if so, how will the court respond? In any case, most legal experts say Alina Habba is not doing Donald Trump any favors with her public pronouncements or courtroom antics. And that arguably fits with Habba's MO. Most recently, Habba took a huge hit and became a laughingstock over her claims about Donald Trump's bond.
We have to post the bond, which is the full amount and some, and we will be prepared to do that.
Donald Trump's lawyer, Alina Habba, was unequivocal.
You're looking at roughly, let's call it, close to $400 million.
Does Donald Trump have that kind of money sitting around?
Yes. I mean, he does. Of course, he has money. You know, he's a billionaire.
So he'll just write a check, Alina?
I'm not going to get into privileged information, but there will be a bond and there will be no issues with that. So that's all I'll say on that.
Okay.
A bond. No issues with that. Except in reality.
Donald Trump's lawyers have now disclosed that he is unable to secure a bond for his $455 million judgment in the New York fraud case.
They wrote in a legal filing the exorbitant and punitive amount of the judgment, coupled with an unlawful and unconstitutional blanket prohibition on lending transactions, would make it impossible to secure and post a complete bond.
Now, he had offered Kira to put up $100 million in just the last couple of hours. That was rejected by the New York Attorney General. He said, look, you got to put up more. Court of Appeals agreed with that and said you need to put the bond up now.
This would mean that Trump has to put up all of the money. New York Attorney General Letitia James now telling the court that Trump doesn't have the money to pay the full penalty.
But Alina Habba said Trump did have the money. Here's the extended clip from Newsmax.
He's got properties in Manhattan, Westchester, and the Hudson Valley, even his iconic $348 million Trump Tower, which, by the way, I think that's undervaluing Trump Tower, could be on the chopping block. Do you see that happening over the next 25 days?
No. No.
So he'll just write a check, Alina?
I'm not going to get into privileged information, but there will be a bond and there will be no issues with that.
But clearly there are issues with Alina Habba, and there continues to be a joke making the rounds in political, legal, and media circles that if you want the truth, go with the opposite of whatever Alina Habba says.
What they're doing is a scare tactic. Unfortunately, they picked the wrong guy to pick on, in my opinion, because he's strong, he's resilient, and he happens to have a lot of cash.
Translation, he is not strong, he is not resilient, and his cash is running out. Anyway, as much of a problem as Alina Habba may be for Donald Trump, and costing him settlement judgments and putting him at risk of jail for contempt, those are problems. The bigger issue for Donald Trump is himself. By most accounts, Donald Trump has dug his legal and political holes deeper over the past few months, and it seems clear that the hush money trial is wearing him down, physically and mentally. And that is the subject of one of the Lincoln Project's latest ads.
Trump just isn't the same. You're noticing it now, aren't you? You can see it. He's old, sleepy, confused, weak.
His jaw kept falling on his chest and his mouth kept going slack.
He's not the same man. His energy is gone. No one can deny it.
And Putin, has so little respect for Obama that he's starting to throw around the nuclear word. You heard that, nuclear.
You're learning he cares about himself, not us.
Sioux Falls, thank you very much, Sioux Falls.
Oh, it's cool. We've all had parents who we loved, but who changed over the years. Needed help, needed understanding, needed care.
Including Obama. I'll tell you what, you take a look at Obama and take...
With Trump, it's happening so fast. We can all see it. Now you do too.
That may be an overstatement, but Donald Trump is clearly deteriorating. And for everybody who takes satisfaction in his demise, there is this. Trump's problems are getting worse thanks to Alina Habba. She keeps making mistakes, and Habba's arguably putting Donald Trump closer to jail. By the way, a recent Trump photo op in New York did not work out so well when it became clear the pizza Trump delivered to firefighters was old and cold. Not only is this a re-delivery, 25 minutes after the pizza was first brought into the firehouse, Donald Trump holds it like it's manna from heaven.
President Trump is now going to open up the pizza and perhaps pass out some slices.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Gary XM, who wrote, "We, the jury, find the defendant Donald J. Trump guilty." We will soon find out. I look forward to reading your comments about Donald Trump getting closer to a jail cell thanks to his lawyer, Alina Habba. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.